You know, I was in Caffrey's one time. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and one of the waitresses there, nice girl. I forget her name though, but she was telling me how she wasn't really getting a lot of tips that night. It was a slow night. It was during the week. It wasn't a weekend. I think it might have been like whatever it was, Tuesday or something, Wednesday. I don't really remember, but it was during the week. And she was telling me, these are really tough economical times, and people don't go out to eat like they used to, and I'm not getting the same tips and all this stuff. I gave the girl $150 tip. Okay, I gave her on. She couldn't believe it. She said to me, she said, I just cannot believe that you just did this. She said, God bless you. God bless your family. She was so happy. She hugged me. Before I left, she hugged me. Now, on top of that, okay, let's just put that aside, okay? I go to Caffrey's at least 3 times a week. At least. Sometimes more. Because it's right here. It's, a pretty good steakhouse. I mean, it's not the best, but it's decent and it's local. So, you know, I spend about $300, sometimes to $300 to $400 a dinner. Okay, when I go out, because sometimes I'll order 4 prime ribs, sometimes I'll order 5. They all know this is true there, so really doesn't make a difference if you believe me or not, because they know it, because they see that I order anywhere between 3 to 5 prime rib steaks, and that's one part of the dinner. Then I'm getting the kids dinner, I'm getting my mom dinner, I'm getting my wife dinner, I'm getting my dog's dinner. So I spend somewhere between $300 to $400 each dinner. So let's go with the higher number. Can we go with the higher number? Okay, $400 a night. So if I go 3 nights a week, which I normally do, that's $1,200 a week, right? And that's not even including the huge tips I'm giving to their staff. Like I said, in this one instance, I gave a $150 tip, but I normally give at least $100 tip. Wouldn't you think that they would value, right, their customers, like especially a customer like that they threw me out of their restaurant? Why? Because I have a YouTube channel. I'm not. What am I? There are crazy people in this world. Like I actually saw people. You want to laugh? I was in Caffrey's one time, and I saw this married couple. It was really, really terrible because they had a young child there, and I don't know if they were in the middle of a divorce or something. They were screaming at each other. The woman was banging on the table. They were causing an absolute scene. I mean, honestly, even you could even ask my children, because I mean we were eating there as a family, and I was like, my God, they should really throw these people. They were causing a scene. They were causing a scene. The woman was banging the table. The beer went all over the table. The kid was crying. It was a nightmare. And guess what? I think maybe the manager or someone went over there. They spoke to them for like 2 minutes. They didn't throw them out. They whatever they did, I guess they resolved it. Maybe they asked them to stop screaming, whatever. I didn't even do anything. All I did was this. There's these 2 girls that work there, right? This is the last video I'm going to make on it, by the way, because I know you're probably like, we're tired of hearing about Caffrey's, but it just blows my mind, right? How they threw me out. It just blows my mind. So these 2 young girls that work there, they were like, oh, we watch you, we love you, Apefather. So I said to them, I'm like, can I have your permission, to put you on camera, to like put you on one of my videos? I didn't do anything inappropriate. It was just funny. I was like, I was talking to him about AMC. I was talking to him about GameStop. I said, I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. I had the girl say AMC and the Pluto, like nothing like fun stuff, right? Okay, whatever. So the manager there, I thought she was the owner. She turns out to be the manager, the most meanest, most miserable, horrible person alive. I think her name was Chris. Okay. Okay. She says to me the last time I went there, she goes, you don't film my staff. You understand me? You don't film my staff without their consent. Now, I'm just trying to tell her. I'm like, look, I did ask that consent. She walks away from me. Then they sit me with next to a table of 10 psycho women. They're all Karens, screaming at the top of their lungs. I simply tell them to stop screaming because I'm trying to enjoy my dinner with my wife. And one of the Karens got up and cursed me. She was like, go F yourself. So I called her a fat pig. Is that wrong? Listen, maybe it's not wrong to me. She cursed me. She right in front of my wife. She told me to go F myself. So I called her a fat pig. Well, she didn't like that. So she goes running out to this manager, Chris. And I went there and I just tried to explain what happened. And you know what's funny? Our waitress She knew me. She was apologizing to us. She was like, "These girls are really they're screaming, they're loud." She goes, "Would you like me to move you?" And I was actually considering moving to another table before this woman cursed me out. Long story short, the woman, the manager at Caffrey's, throws me out. She goes, "I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your YouTube channel. I'm sick of you. Your wife doesn't even like you." She said, I mean, what mean comments? I mean, because one time my wife, she had recently a death in the family. She had to take a family call. She walked out of the restaurant. She came back like 30 minutes later. Had tears in her eye. She was upset. She had her aunt passed away, right? This woman said, "I'm making my wife cry." She goes, "Your wife doesn't even like you," the manager of Caffrey's, right? So anyway, it just amazes me that I go in there and I treat their staff so well. So well. Like I said, I gave a $150 tip. I think I'm going to send this video to the owner of Caffrey's. Like, he gave me his cell number. I actually think I'm going to send him this video. I'm going to send him this video. And now the best part of it all is that this woman doesn't even know. This woman, Chris, who's the manager at Caffrey's, she doesn't even realize that my wife has stage 4 breast cancer. So on top of the fact that she had a family member pass away, she doesn't even realize what our family is going through. And to make a statement like that, that my wife doesn't like me and I'm making my wife cry. I mean, okay, so I told her to go F herself too. Listen, you might all say this is wrong, but I believe in something in this world. Treat people, right, the way that they treat you. I'm a Christian. I always try to be respectful, and I believe in God, and I believe in goodness in this world. But I also believe, okay, because I come from Brooklyn, that when someone disrespects you or disrespects your family, then you know what? You have the right to disrespect them back. The only reason why I called that girl a fat pig who was at the table, I asked her very respectfully and very nicely to stop screaming. She didn't listen to me. The waitress who was serving us kept apologizing. "I'm so sorry. They're very loud. Would you like me to move you to another table?" I simply asked her in a very respectful manner to stop screaming. She told me to go F myself right in front of my wife. And she said it very loud. She screamed it at me. "Go F yourself." Well, I said she was a fat pig. Now, looking back on it, I kind of regret that. Maybe that was disrespectful. And honestly, if I probably saw, I would apologize. But it was just my first reaction. She told me to go F myself. And when the manager of Caffrey's said that I made my wife cry and my wife doesn't like me, my wife who's battling stage 4 breast cancer, she's the rock, the heart and the soul of our family, I also told the manager of Caffrey's to go F herself. Like I said to the owner, Dan, who was a nice guy. Overall, he was a gentleman. He bought us dinner. He was very respectful. I said to him, "Tell Chris, the manager, I apologize. I was angry, but at the same time, she did really insult my family." But it just blows my mind how here I'm a customer for 1 year at this place. 1 year, right? Spending what? $900, $1,200 a week there. Tipping the waitresses and the waiters $150 or $100 tips. All to get thrown out for nothing. I didn't even do anything. When there was a couple there screaming with a child, banging on the table, beers going flying in the air, screaming that the whole place was looking at them, and they didn't get thrown out, but yet I get thrown out. I don't know. It's anybody's guess, right?